We have all heard that better gear won't make you better, nor will it make you happier. Let's talk about why today. Hey guys, I'm Raphael and welcome to the channel where our goal is to always fix it in camera and then finesse it in post. And I always appreciate the early thumbs up on the video because being happy is better than chasing happiness. Or more specifically called the hedonic treadmill, which is the observed tendency of humans to quickly return to a relatively stable level of happiness despite any major positive or negative events or life changes. For example, you buy that brand new, super awesome hybrid Cine AI enhanced camera and your happiness is through the roof. You are literally floating. You are at peak happiness. A day later, you've been capturing images and they aren't much better than you were able to produce just a few days before. You again realize you haven't upgraded your skills just because you bought a new camera and your happiness crashes. Now you're at peak sadness. And a few more days later, you feel normal again. You pick up the camera and you start to figure out how to make better images. And you slowly come to the conclusion you could have achieved nearly the same results with your old camera, just with better knowledge. This can happen with almost anything, and it's called the hedonic treadmill of life. You can run as fast as you want and accumulate all the riches you can, yet you'll remain stuck at your natural, usual state of happiness, because the riches you gain will simply raise your expectations and leave you no better off than you were before. Or more concisely, the next thing I get will make me happy. Or the next milestone I achieve will make me happy attitude. You have to realize that happiness is your natural state of contentment with your present moment. There are two camps really, want and need. Do you need that new gear? Like as in you don't have a camera or a computer and therefore you can't do that job? Or is it a want? As in, I have the camera and I have a computer that work very well, but it would be nice to have something new and better. I am in the camp of long-term thinking. Get what you will need to use for a long time. Be it a phone, a camera, a car, whatever. Buy the best you can afford and plan to use it as long as possible. When you upgrade every year, you get a huge dopamine hit and you're training your brain to expect it. You get addicted. And when one time you can't upgrade, you feel instantly bad and the first thing that you want to do is get out of that feeling. So your brain tries to justify the purchase as a solution to make you feel better. Companies and marketing don't make it any easier either. They entice you with how much better it would be with their product. And some of the shadier companies enable planned obsolescence for their product to slow down or just fail at the 2-year mark, forcing you to buy their new upgrade. This is where you need to plan your purchases with long-term thinking. Will it last as long as you need it? You have to train yourself to only upgrade when there's an actual need. Camera is no longer working or fixable. The phone was dropped into the ocean. The car won't start. If your gear hasn't paid for itself twice or 3 times over, then you are not allowed to buy yourself a new piece of gear. If you haven't used the gear to its maximum potential, you're not allowed to buy new gear. If you haven't first invested in yourself to improve your skills, you're not allowed to buy new gear. No matter how much you buy for yourself, nothing really seems to happen to make you happy over the long term. It's what you do with those purchases. Have you used that camera to learn everything about it? Have you learned all the techniques to capture better images today than yesterday? Have you ever seen anyone lead with the gear for the reason you should hire them? Maybe perhaps a rental house. Not once has a client hired me for the gear that I have, but it's what they produce with it that makes them stand out. And you can't stand out with gear that anyone can buy. I have never hired people based on the gear they have. I have hired people based on how they know how to use gear. More importantly, how well versed they are in the creative task we are trying to achieve. Become intentional with your purchases. Intentional with what you actually need. Intentional how you will use it. Know that gear will help you do something perhaps faster and better, but that doesn't mean you should buy it. This will help you remain at your baseline happiness for longer, which will make you feel more content. And we all know what happens when you don't spend that money. You pay off your bills, you save, and you can invest it where the money will actually grow, which relieves anxiety and stress, which brings you back to your baseline happiness. There is an endless willingness of people to buy into the story of more is better, new is better, and too often many fall into what they want more than what they need. There is a sweet spot in all of this. It's not minimalism. It's not less is more, because honestly, sometimes more is more. It's having everything that you want and need to have a life you love and full of self-expression with nothing in excess. It's an awareness of how the flow of money and stuff in your life is the light of your true happiness and the sense of purpose and values. I've personally found that making these videos and spending time thinking of what could benefit you guys has triggered the same reward feeling as buying new gear. Every time I finish a video and upload it, it starts getting views, then comments, I engage with you guys and start discussions. The simple act of engaging with other people, even remotely, with these videos makes me happier so much more than any piece of gear would. It's the like-mindedness that really drives the whole experience. After a day or two, the rush is gone, but then I get excited about making the next one. At least this way I feel productive week after week. So you need to find those experiences that will elevate your happiness. Play music with your current instrument. Take photos with your current camera. Be happy with where you are today, not for the promise of how things may be tomorrow, or the proverbial carrot on a stick, or you'll just be stuck on the hedonic treadmill, or simply put, the rat race. As always, thanks for watching. Give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe. I'm Raphael. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.